Hold on a sec. I need to turn this live. And I need to turn this off. All right. How am I sounding so far? Volume need to go up. Volume need to go down. This way a little. Okay. How do I sound? Do I have to increase the volume, or do I have to look? The thing sounds all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Di, do I sound okay? There. Do I sound okay, Di? Okay. Now, you remember what happened last time? I'm going to have to turn this a little bit over. Yes, I could probably turn the monitor as well, because it might be easier on me. Okay. Finish. Yes, we finished episode 4 completely. Yes. So, who was our culprit, would you say? You remember our culprit? Yes, you. You, as in you. Okay, so we're going to go on to the very last and final episode in this entire game, which is called Turnabout Ablaze Beginning. Not entirely sure what's going on with XSplit, why they aren't loading emojis. Two cards. One of them one of the black raven, and one of the white raven. The country torn in two. One to the west and one to the east. When those which were split, the truth will reveal itself. It's the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu is here! You, accursed of Yatagarasu! Gay! You! March 14th. 10:17 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. So nice. Almost dreamlike to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind of the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. So right now he's going to recap the entire game in order so that we know exactly how each event took place, okay? Next day I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewaterland theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me to my office, along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly, which probably is not going to happen in his case. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh wait, wrong person. Mr. Edgeworth! This is big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? You didn't like my gumshoe impersonation? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragile of dreams, comes to mind. And no, you had a terrible gumshoe impersonation. What are you talking about? My gumshoe impersonation is awesome! And what do you mean about fragile dreams? Come on, let's go! The fake Yatagarasu isn't going to just find herself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I paid a visit last night to buy your fate. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyways, I've got something more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is? Take a look at this. We've seen this newspaper before. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date the card mentioned is today. Today, huh? Come on! We've got to hurry, the embassy awaits! I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too, because this just might be our chance to catch that woman. I mean, Miss You, the woman who killed Kay's father, Bernie Faraday, 7 years ago. Callisto Yu. He claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu and disappeared from the courtroom. She makes me so mad, that phony! Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome! Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article. It looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue, then that the woman involved, then nothing is. This is a typo. Because hey there, Red, how's it going? Stream's going good. Just started a new episode. We just came across a typo. Because this should read then that, not that. Hey, Minty Block. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Off the door you go. Wait. There are a few preparations I must take before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? No. No reason at all. Very well. Seeing as how Miss Yu is always someone of a special nature to me, I agree that there is some merit to be found in investigating them. I knew you'd come around. March 14th, 5 o'clock p.m. Theatrum Neutralis. By the light of this night, glorious moon, we are ready to embark on a nightly outing. And this is where our tale begins. What a coincidence. Dai, do you remember the Seal Samurai, the Pink Princess? Probably don't know the infant, though. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai Sushi Slice. I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. Sushi Slice, that sounds like a meal. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries shared the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries. So, let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries. The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabaeus, right? I'm going to pronounce that wrong. Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Badal is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. You totally gotta see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. However, the Jammin' Ninja came out after the Steel Samurai. It was rivals with the Nickel Samurai. You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. So anyways, about today's event. What's it called again? Kingdom of Alabaeus versus the Republic of Bada Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabaeus and the Republic of Badal or Babal. These two countries used to be a single unity that was abandoned with nature, and it was called the Principality of Codipaya. Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split into two, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and the butterfly motifs to this day. Whatever you want to pronounce it. I've been calling it Gaddafi, Codipaya. The KGA incident and what was referred to as the second KG incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Codipaya. In the past several years that have passed, the countries may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something. Oh, excuse me. What were we talking about again? If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyways, we're talking about the Yellow Best versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other. And supposedly, they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event. If that's the case, then why the verses? Also, both countries claim to own the Leo Carson statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal. Hello, Phoenix. Okay, did I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires? Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself, you know that. You'd best be saying that, yes. Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you! I know. Although, I don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance. I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. There's a very festive atmosphere in here. Yep, super festive. I'm really happy for the Kingdom of Elvest and the Republic of Babao. It's great that they have re-established diplomatic relations. The newspaper says that it's almost like the Kojapaya once again. Perhaps we are bearing witness to a historic event in time. Hey, look! They're selling some commemorative merchandise to celebrate this event. Thunder's Kojapaya biscuits. And over there, they're selling Royal for the buy of biscuits. It would seem that they have yet to reconcile their competitive spirit. So, because this is a reference to a European country, when they say biscuits, they're probably referring to cookies. Alright, so there is supposed to be somebody that we recognize. There we go. Di, do you know who this person is? Do you remember this person? Where in tarnation are they? Come on, big scoop! Hey, mister, get out of the way! Yeah, I'm talking to ya. I seem to remember this woman from somewhere. Yet my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone. It appears that the child is watching a video from the first season of the Steel Samurai. Go, go! Keep on fighting until your last breath! Go, my hero, the Steel Samurai! Completely absorbed in singing the theme song, I see. I'll let this child watch in peace. Okay, that's good. Alright, now give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop! Hey! Do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy! Okay, one more. Once more. In 3, 2, 1, action! Okay, was it my fault just now? Well, he's obviously working. I guess we should leave him alone. And we're here reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what this member of the audience has to say. Okay. That was good. Let's do one more run through. Excuse me, but when you are ready to film for real, would you mind giving me a call? I sense that she didn't hear a single word I said. This is the perfect angle. Go, my image. Travel across the world into every TV set around the globe. A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambition better. These are pamphlets about the two embassies here on this table. Still looks weird to me. Countries split into two a few years back. And they've shared the building and its glorious 50-50 ever since. Oh? I guess it's because they don't have the money to build 2 separate buildings, huh? I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just tell myself to win. Embassy guide stuck into the pages of my organizer. What is all that hubbub? Ah! Hey, look, it's the Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him. It's a little short. It's very... Okay, I got all this. Alright. May I speak with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going at him for? Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen Mr. Barrel close before. It looks like he's written something down for you. To Edgeworth. From Steel Samurai Daddy. Married man of Neo Odi Tokyo. Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Steel Samurai's autograph received. Mr. Steel Samurai Ambassador Alba is waiting for you. And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the kingdom of Alba. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the 2 countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world. He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? Okay, we're shooting the next segment. Cue camera. In just a few moments, the Gem and Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Gem and Ninja will enter the Republic of Balba. He is set to meet the Ambassador Balba at that time. Ah, the Gem and Ninja show is about to start. We've got to get back to our seats. Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in it. Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of the Gem and Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you. I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you? Ah! I could listen to that A Ninja Mark for Death Lullaby song all day. His superb playing and the sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenched voice, now that's the Gem and Ninja's greatest weapon. Ah! Those pieces of Gem and Ninja merchandise over there. I've got to have them! Especially with this hair stick they're selling, especially at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine, Princess Mizola, wears in her hair. Anyway. Hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? We're doing all right, Red. Thanks for asking. You're thinking of going home, aren't you? Oh, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely, it was simply a prank. No way! I just know the Yatagarasu will show up. I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards. Yeah, I did, but a figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase. But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card. Genuine fake? Well, how can I word this? Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now? We've got a problem! The Yatagarasu has been spotted in El Best. What? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony. Hey, what gives? I'm sorry, but I will not. I will need to search you before you may enter. What the? Hey, the steel samurai just walled straight on through without one. Now, if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is going to escape. Okay, the country's embassy is considered to be part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedure to enter the country, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Balba and climb over the wall into Albeth. Hold it! You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you tend to illegally enter another? Okay, are you listening to me? Cape Verde, and I'm coming through! Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her, anyone! March 14th, 6:12 p.m. Open air stage. Okay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Ah! Fire! This is too big for us to handle! Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Balba too! You accursed Yatagarasu! Okay, you had better be alright! Wherever you are! March 14th, 6:14 p.m. Balbalese Embassy Secretary's office. I told you it wasn't me! Hold it! Okay, are you alright? Do I look alright to you? Now, can you do something about this woman? Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this. It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here. Hot on the heels and the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage. A suspicious person? A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you two worked up over? There is no reason for you to be this loud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but your Agent Lang's secretary, Shina, I believe your name is correct? And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer? I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority. Hey, pal! Just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, Detective, embassies have a different matter. Huh? This office is considered to be part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese laws, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? So, do you really believe that the truth is out there? Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside embassy of another country. That's what we agreed to by our respective government. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir! Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth! In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Miss Von Karma! Eek! Ambassador Palino, I really appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Francisco. Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to... Hold it! Alrighty, what is it? Ambassador Palino. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant. Assistant? Miles? What the heck do you think you're... First time she didn't use his last name. Please, I implore you, Ambassador Palino. Very well, I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What did you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice. Do I, Detective? If I don't become Francisco's assistant, I can't partake in this investigation. There you go again, running at the mouth with the aloof expression on your face. Francisco, please. I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you. You have a brain lapse. Of course, keep that in mind. You are done playing games. Right. Let's investigate. Let's begin the investigation. Babalese Embassy Secretary's office. Okay. By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Never, I guess, sir. I was playing on guard duty for the Babalese Embassy. And why are our police guarding an embassy? Because of the card they got from the Yatagarashi, they called us up, asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarashi these past 7 days, and it was a more or less mutually beneficial arrangement. if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. Ah! Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even packaged noodles anymore. It costs $10 a cup! Sir? While you were on guard duty, did you notice anything unusual? But unfortunately, I didn't run into the other grocery, sir. But I did talk to an officer who was on duty near the border between the two embassies, who told me that not a single person crossed the border through the incident. See, the investigations into the fire and the other grocery are a mess thanks to both events. I'm confused, sir. Should I be putting the fire out or investigating? What do you think, sir? Aren't you old enough to solve your own problems yet, detective? I'd like an update on how the investigation is going. Oh, yeah, well, it's going, sir. In other words, no one has any idea of what happened here, correct? To put it simply, well, yeah, you got it, sir. But we do know that something happened in this room, sir. Any moron with a pair of eyes can see that, detective. Oh. Well, anyways, let's investigate every single nook and cranny in this room, sir. We have to get serious or Kay will end up getting arrested as killer. Yes, I am already well aware of that. In other words, to find out what really happened here is in this room. We will need to gather whatever information we can in time. It's time to take a good look. Okay. So, our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it. Manny Couchin, I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable. He wasn't very admirable in the last chapter. He was considered a criminal. The cause of death is stabbed to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back. We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle. So Mr. Couchin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? Notes on Couchin's body jotted down in my organizer. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright. Is this knife the murder weapon? Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. That's really good news that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on here, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me too. All covered in blood, just like the last thing that I stole with artsy. But the handle is clean. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. Very beautiful. Nice. That are jotted down in my organizer. There appears to be something in his pocket. key. Can't be. Isn't this the Yadagrasser's key that was stolen 7 years ago? What? But that's... Oh, 7 years... Oh... You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife. Yeah! Gruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of the crimes you were a suspect in. Francesca, as you will recall, Detective Gunship was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew that this key existed. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. I feel like a victim, all trampled on, sir. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Ooh, wow! That's amazing, sir! It's like some kind of magic trick. Yadagrasser's key, jotted down in my organizer. I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vines, sir? I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. One of those six-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs. I really don't think you can call these stars. Say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement. The real question is, why was the Babalese embassy secretaries holding this? While we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to process this key, we do know that this was stolen by the Yadagrasser from the Codepayan embassy. That's right. Mr. Faraday had written the fact down into his organizer. I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Codepaya. Why don't you ask the Ambassador Paulino about what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to be the next Codepayan ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. I can't believe that man fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Paulino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to the reports from the police. And that and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well. You're a rather tall man, aren't you? How fascinating! Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principle to accept a bribe. Oh no, these are simply coupons we just distribute to promote Babo. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babo. Now I remember the Republic of Babo is known for its feverish tourism industry. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit more about the deceased Manny Cochin. He was my secretary. I mean, embassy secretariat. Charge was running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death was a great loss for the country. He was in charge of everything, counting, printing, taking care of our national treasure. Sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel like I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Yes, since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG-8 incident. The defendant who was found innocent in that case was me. So, your Mr. Cochin is the same as the one in the case? It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and so enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee the embassy's renovation. He had such a bright future ahead of him. What exactly did you mean earlier by renovation? You can't have tourists, visitors, or embassy. Think we're a poor nation. Renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make it. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us. Ambassador Pelino, I was wondering if I may ask you about Kudapaya? Alright, what would you like to ask about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it's originally belonged to this embassy, is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh! How fascinating! If I were to know about the expenses of this key? In its knife form, there is a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be part of the Kodapaya. Hold it! And how did you come to that conclusion? It has both of the Kodapaya's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Kodapaya. Ambassador Palino, this key was stolen from the Kodapayan embassy 7 years ago by Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarashi. Oh, really? You were not aware that Mr. Yu had broken into this embassy at that time? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't believe it's such much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Balboa became its own independent nation. But if many were still alive, they would probably know about what happened back then. The coaches you knew each other 7 years ago. That doesn't explain why I found the Yatagrasa's key here in the present. Okay. Miles Edgeworth. What is it? Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. If you wish to convince everyone else that, you will speak to me with respect. What's with the greedy glint in her eye? I don't think that will really be necessary for this. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under. San Francisco was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at the embassy? I was investigating at the Alabastine embassy when I got wind of this mess. And that's right. Yatagarasu was due to appear at the embassy as well. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastine embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Balinese embassy. Oh, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh? I see you've met. Well, he's the Alabastine embassy acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So the suspect in this murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu? Kay would never harm a soul, sir. Kay? You remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. So she's the feisty little girl. Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here, looking for the one who took her father's life. I see. Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all. How so? The Yatagarasu sent a card saying I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what that is? You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract, and it's going on the rap sheet. If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen today. You wonder, though, Listo U really is the Yatagarasu. Okay. Alright, Dai, are you ready for the hard part? So, the first things first, we're only going to do one at a time right now. If you want to help out Minty Block, you can. Because if Dai can't figure it out, you can make a guess too. secrets and embassies. Currently, not at the moment that'll work. Yes, those ones won't work. So, but stealing of secrets will work. We don't have anything that will connect these two yet. So to steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret. Franziska, you're in pursuit of your dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence. In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Balbalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I just might need to ask Franziska about her smuggling case in more depth. Franziska, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of the smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that? Yes. After analyzing intel we gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of the list of sites to investigate, and this is what tipped us off. This accounting document, it's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. This is page 2 of 3, so page 1 and page 3 is missing. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the kingdom of Kogapaya. Which means that somewhere in this countries of Albest and Babel is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Franziska for you. She's amazing. Pursuing this case with all she has. Take care, Minty Block. Photopie and paper document data jotted down and reorganized. It's another butterfly. I believe it's the symbol of the Republic of Balba. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. You may want to, detective, however, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. Okay. So this statue. Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat. Hold it! But there is a possibility that it is related to the murder. Would you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate later when we find some solid. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the primitive statues they were talking about earlier. We just need, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? Could be twins. Bubbles primitive statue data jotted down into my organizer. So throughout the entire case, we're also going to figure out which one's real and which one's fake. In the meantime, I want to go over this with you guys about poggers. Let me open up web here. So, things that are on this website, you can get drink mixes, hydration drink mix. If you've had Gatorade, this is basically similar to that, pretty much exactly. So, we do energy drinks, do all here. They got different flavors. But you can get shakers, okay? There are different shakers here. They also have some sleep drinks too. So if you just think of it like melatonin, but these are in like a mixed drink. So there's a variety pack where you can get shakers and drink mixes. You got more shakers here in any style you like. These are the 16-ounce shakers. Basically, you can put the mixes and water together and then seal it up and then shake it. There's like a metallic ball inside of it to allow you to mix up the things together. If you don't want any of the drinks, one of the things I suggest is get a shaker because you can take it anywhere, put anything into it. If you're not a person that drinks energy drinks or Gatorade, and you like your those box of mixes that has like the Kool-Aid or lemonade and stuff like that, you can also put those in there too and shake it up as well. Those are very convenient. You can take it to work. Holidays coming around, buy one for family members, they'll enjoy it too. They got a clear one. You can actually see the ball in this one. That's a little bit more because it's 24 ounces. They do have stickers. You can get the sticker bundle with the shakers. These are stickers of the shakers, or stickers. This is another 24 ounce stainless steel shaker. And you get 10% off on all of these purchases. It looks like these are sold out. And for anything that you buy off this website, we get 30% of it, okay? We get 30% of it. So that gives you an idea of what that looks like. And we don't know when this is going to end. If we receive $50, I guess it's going to continue on. So, here you go. And we will continue. Okay, there's a lot. A small personal safe. was Mr. Coach's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents here. Oh, of course it's locked. It would appear we won't be able to open it without the key. See if there's anything new. It looks like it's like all that's left is a bunch of burnt stuff. Well, I guess we've got all the info we need now, huh, sir? Yes, it would appear so. But you know, after all is said and done, I still have no idea of what's going on. Nope, not a clue, sir. I just can't figure it out. Detective Gumshoe. Nothing to get so worked up over. Oh, you mean I should use that thing right now? The function? Projection? Oh no, that's not it either. I think it's on the... Oh, I got it. Lock it. It's logic, detective. Logic. Now that I've collected some information, the next step is to connect a few of them together to see if I can make sense of all of this. Okay. Back into logic. Not yet. I got one more to look at. I apparently have one more to look at. Really gives the place a dimension like color, don't you think, sir? Ooh. But these are staple in every bubbly's house. And I bet Santa Claus pays him a visit too. Just how old are you again, detective? 36? Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack here. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remains of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles all got burned off by the fire. Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Pellerno, are these knives yours? Why, yes they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Balboa. These butterfly-themed knives, along with the Alves' own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives. But I can't believe those Balboa's ones have been reduced to this state. There's a small release on the end of this blade. Ambassador Pablo, what is this notch here for? Oh, that! The feature of these knives where you can freely exchange the handles on them so that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see, so these knives are constructed so that the handles can be easily removed. Alright. Now let's go into it. Alright, so what do you think we can piece together? Thank you for the subscription. Die? Which one can we piece together? The design of the knive's handle. It greatly resembles the special bubbly species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus, it says right here, the knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room. And this would lead We know for a fact that the Yatagrasu's key was used at the embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to believe that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's try it out. It appears I was correct. The key that was left to use in the victim's pocket is literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagrasu made off with everything, sir? No, Detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What is this here? It looks like the wood corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It appears more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even a... not even when I tug on it. I don't think I've ever seen a paper stuck on the inside of a safe. Hold it! Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to this safe is that this one should be easy to figure out. This one should be easy to figure out, Di. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space between the back wall of this safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment. What? I suppose that you are correct in considering the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do you go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there is no other lock or key hole in sight. Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on this safe. Oh? Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery secret lock. The safe and its lock? Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, tell me how you deduce your answer. this a spot somewhere connected to any of the evidence I hold? Alright, which one should I use, guys? Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Franziska? The shape does look rather familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more. Looks like the blade.
Hold it!
Is that so? Then the person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure this safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think that someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden stuff to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious! Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of this safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu key is the key that will open.
Objection!
The Yatagarasu's key, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. This had better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu key is the very key that will open the second compartment of this safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key. We discovered that this trick 7 years ago, and with it we were able to corner Miss Year. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again, and after all this time? Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Cochin's safe in the Codepian Embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the key, looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see? What are you talking about? Ah! It appears that you come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife blade is the exact shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. We fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of the incredible importance. Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe. Yes, sir. Open it now, sir. These items, they're a bunch of... You're in the way now. Move it, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art, they're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's all about. Me too, sir. Why don't we have a look at it first before we give up? Mr. Coaching thing is written on here on this last page. I wonder what's the significance of this document. Is this the spot where somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Guy, this should be very easy. Take a good look at these documents, Franziska. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from these sets of 3? Oh well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. It seems that you have now found what you're looking for. Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear. And Mr. Cochin himself is responsible for the mass smuggling of Babalese ink. Babalese ink is a special product of the Republic of Balbo. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported. And that reason is, that's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring is our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin. His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our countries and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation. But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice. Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Melissa, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG8 incident. Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened in the case that needs to be resolved. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be. Now, come along quietly, Yadagrasu. Hey, Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I chased the face Yadagrasu in here, and he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you.
Hold it!
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistakes arrests and Interpol make. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime. Very well, I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Why arrest Kay? Even your police confirmed that the Yadagrasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Realizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yadagrasu snuck into the embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yadagrasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else here with the body. The reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu? Exactly. It isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu! Capture or not, it matters not. The Yatagarasu is the Yatagarasu. Very well then, I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder looted us. Of course, they chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalis embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long case, there was only this girl. In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight. The confusion caused by the fire? Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire? A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Yeah. Anyway, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears. Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. I see. The logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of an Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening. She wanted to steal the documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. So you're claiming that Kay knew that a foreign country's embassy had such documents? As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret, which means that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents. You have it all wrong. It was the fake that sent out that card. The words are meaningless. You are truly innocent, then let's see some proof. Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this. Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh? You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the fact that I've already outlined really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default. No, but if you saw the self-purported Yadagrassi standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself? Even so, I still listened to what that person had to say before I passed judgment. Ha! Are you talking about yourself or those times when you were under suspicion? I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience. I personally know what the feeling really well, sir. Given my situation, I know exactly what it's like too. I'm fine with you never experiencing it ever. Are you done with your little group conference? So Amy Shina suspects Kay of murder simply because Kay is the Yadagarasi. But if I can prove that the Yadagarasi's goal is not related to murder, then I may be able to begin the reason with her. You know what the statement is? Oh, we are in the last statement.
Hold it!
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yadagarasu that committed murder eluded us. Of course, I chased after the Yadagarasu that entered the Babalisa to see right away. And that is why I'm making the arrest now. Because at the end of the long chase, there was only that girl. Okay. That was not the first statement. Oh, that was the first statement. My mistake. Anyways, do you know which statement it is? I don't know what I'm doing right now, but... BRB. Okay, BRB it is. Go ahead and take your break. B. Welcome back. Okay, do you remember the statement? Do you know the statement? I figured you did. Go next. Let me get this. We're gonna go with this one. This is one of the new statements that came up. So, seeing as when you read it, you'll understand exactly what piece contradicts it. This one you can utilize two different pieces of evidence, but you can only pick one. Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. Due to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Coach's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. By this simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we lost. Look, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all. Then perhaps if that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact. Need I need reason? All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. So here's the thing. This room, when she came in, wasn't on fire. The fire had already been put out. And he's already got burn marks onto him. He was dead before the fire. So we're going to think about this in our mind. How was she able to kill him if he was already dead while the fire was going on? But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. This is probably all fabricated. Definitive evidence. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. We have a problem right there. The knife is part of the special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and the testimony, it all points to the girl. There's no counter-argument. That is your decisive evidence? You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No! Mr. Edgeworth, you've got to believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear! And you came in here because you were chasing the suspicious person? That's right! I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt someone on the ground to my feet, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream. When I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. So the object K felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon? I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone prints on it. But we failed to find anyone prints on it. There's another typo. Apostrophe S. Because without the apostrophe S, Prince is misplaced. Because the apostrophe S shows ownership to Prince. So it's anyone's Prince. This may be fixed in the remake. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me, you continue to insist that there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? That, I don't know. But I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuse of a suspected killer. Not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? You can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth. However, what she's saying is also a desperate plea to hide the fact, to hide evidence, that is. It has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't. Okay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can. Don't worry, I can and I will. Does this mean that you already have the results back? We have confirmed that the shape of the Bubbly's knife's blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics team with your own.
Objection!
I won't, if you don't underestimate our police force. so we're clear, I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit. If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead. That has been my intention all along. Now, let us hear your testimony. You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes? I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard the girl screaming coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there motionless with a knife in her hand. But I already told you! I only came here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights and then you found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet. How many times do I have to tell you? You can't trust the word of a suspect. The only thing you'll accept is evidence, is it? That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of Interpol on the scene of a crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent? I think I do, because there is one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again. I ask that you please refrain from speculation. It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There's no room for debate. Miles Edgeworth, know that an ungraceful loss will not be tolerated by my subordinate. Now, rebut her hypothesis with factual logic. Otherwise, what was your investigation for? Yes, you are correct, thank you. Yeah, helping a subordinate out with advice is the job of any good superior. He seems to be rather enjoying himself, but he is correct nonetheless. Agent Shino, please continue with your testimony. About the three-piece set, is there really no other like it? Let's ask Ambassador Palino for more details, shall we? The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Baba, engraved on them. And because there are only 3 of them in the world, they're very, very valuable. The national symbol, huh? Well, the knives are covered in the butterfly design, along with the Alba Stain set. Our respective countries' 23 knife sets. I see. Are you satisfied now? So let's continue. No, I believe there is still room for debate, and I I thank you to not decide that for me. I didn't decide anything for you. I'm merely looking at reality the way it is.
Objection!
Are you sure you're not just viewing the facts through rose-colored glasses? Mr. Edgeworth, I think she's mad at you. Perhaps, but our definitions of reality are a tad different. Are the two of you done chatting? Agent Sheena's proof is the Bobbly's knife that Kay was allegedly holding. Yeah, so, how are you going to prove that Kay didn't do it? Agent Sheena wants to suspect Kay merely because Kay was the only one. Then I must show without evidence that Kay couldn't have committed the murder. But you have such evidence, sir? Yes. There's only one piece of evidence that seems very unnatural to me, and I believe it is my duty to point that out to Agent Sheena. Alright, do you know what statement it is? Which piece of evidence? Remember what they're talking about in here, okay? No, they're not talking about the key. They're talking about a knife. We just discovered that even this knife blade is also a key, so that is not it. Plus, there's no blood on the key itself, so it was never used.
Objection!
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. Wasn't the real murder weapon? This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Bobbly's handle has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Pilchard was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. Ah! The other thing that was wrong about it is these knives don't have handles anymore. They were burned in the fire. So his death occurred either before the fire occurred or during. And she came in after the fire was gone. This should clear up any and all suspicions around Kay. Bob Lee's knife handle data jotted down in my organizer. Your argument is airtight, Kay. How so? It's possible that the girl stout is the one who switched the
Hold it!
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing? I don't care how you know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
Objection!
The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Cochin's killer. What is this? What is this mark on? It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means. No, not really. Butterflies dress on flowers at the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this. So there's only one thing that you can present in this case, and I'm going to help you out a little bit. The butterfly and the flower are a symbol to each of the corresponding embassies. Which piece of evidence can help you with that? That's it. Now, the handle can't help you with identifying the butterfly and the flower. The handle only has the butterfly onto it, which doesn't tell you about the embassy. There's only one piece of evidence that tells you about the embassy. We're going to remove this. This is self-advertising. We will remove this statement. Again, I will remind people on Kick, if you're going to follow Acme Studios, do not self-promote. We do not allow self-promotion in our chat. Alright, so again, the handle only shows that it has a butterfly. It doesn't tell us what the butterfly means. But we know that the butterfly and the flower represents the two embassies. What piece of evidence do we have that explains the two embassies? There you go.
Take that!
You can't be serious. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on the blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Albus. In other words, this blade is from one of the Albus ornamental knives. Ah! This part of the knife handle has Balba's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Balbalese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, after the fire had broken out. That's right. Kay entered the Balbalese embassy after the fire had been taking place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Albustine side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported any Albustine objects over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Whoop! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What a great victory! Oh, hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? An Albustine knife here? You mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Balba? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run. Now that's the way a real great thief operates. Okay? Okay, take the question, Mr. Edgeworth. You're proving me innocent, I mean. And you believe in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. Not really, but... Come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that this girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she was the Yatagarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like the fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection!
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact that she calls herself a Yatagarasu. That in itself is most elegant proof. Miss Sheena? Yes? I have no intentions of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. I refuse to allow some impostor to claim that name as their own. Path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you too. As a token of my appreciation, those sunglasses totally do nothing to you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? What? Well, I guess we better get going. Going? To where? To the Kingdom of the Best! If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Elvestine knife came from, we'll have to pay the Elvestine embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. Okay. We have come to the end of this chapter. We have come to the end of this chapter. So, any thoughts, concerns, criticisms? Okay, so let's collect ourselves in there. What have we learned so far from this case? What have we picked up from this case? Has something happened, but we don't know. We assume that this Yatagarasu is responsible for starting the fire. Kay's being accused of starting the fire, but as we know, there was no way for her to start the fire. Okay, so we know she now is acting very suspicious. Yes, we finished. We have 6 more parts. We have 6 more chapters left in this episode. So, depending on the length of each of the episodes or each of the chapters, will determine how long this will go. Okay, we may double some of them, or it could be all once a week. But I know for sure that we're going to stop for tonight here. I could take this and blend it with the next one, but I promised somebody that I would start up the Discord stream at 11 o'clock. So I want to take this time to end tonight. Again, go ahead and check out Poggers. If you're not interested in the drinks, I do suggest that you get one of those shakers, because the shakers are very useful. You can put whatever you want into it. And they can also make good holiday gifts as well for family members, because they can put whatever mixed drinks they want. And it could be a lot better than using a plastic water bottle. Okay? Because you'll be able to mix it up better. And plus, you can put the whole 16-ounce bottle, this is 16.9, you can stick one of these inside one of those shakers. And they're very convenient if you get those little, hold on 1 second before I go to the last scene. like I said, if you're not going to buy any of the mixes, if you get the shakers, I will change the scene now. You can put one of these inside the shaker and take your 16-ounce bottle into the shaker and fill the shaker up, and you'll have yourself one of these. No. Can you read? I don't know why you're saying pog. Pog is a piece of cardboard with a print onto it that you can buy a whole bunch of, and then buy a metal disc called a slammer and play with. So I don't know why you're saying pause. I actually don't. But anyways, these are drink mixers. You can buy any in any flavor you want. No, there's no short for pog. Poggers. Pog is literally a little cardboard deck. It's literally a cardboard deck. No, I'm not really selling these. I'm trying to explain about the shakers and stuff. These drink mixes, lemonade, they're for a 16-ounce bottle, which is this, which you can put one of these and pour the whole 16-ounce bottle of water in one of the shakers. And then, because the shakers has like a metal ball into it, you can put anything you want into this thing. That's what I was trying to explain, that from the link on the Poggers website, if you're not going to buy the drink mixes or anything that they got in there, at least buy one of their shakers, because you can put whatever you want into it. And since holidays coming up, you can buy one for family members and they'll use it too. You can take it to work. Very convenient to have. So, that's what I was trying to say, because the 16-ounce shakers, they're $10 on the website, and you get 10% off, so that's $9. And for whatever purchase that you make off there, I get 30%. So they make good gifts for families. So, and you can take them to work. You don't have to worry about them spilling all over the place, because they work just like a traveling mug as well. With that said and done, I'm going to save this here. second. Close. And we will be looking for a raid target. Brad, would you like to meet somebody new? Okay, we're going to raid Leo. He's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy, okay? So what we do with these raids and stuff, if you have redirect, you can redirect to them. If you don't, we usually drop a link, and because YouTube is playing with things, because they notice that there's a glitch that white text shows up on a white background, nobody can see it, so notifications for raid has been disabled. Some people have experienced that the redirects don't work at all. So we're going to still drop a link in the chat, so if you can't, if it doesn't get redirected, you have a link to go there anyway. So, I'm Leo, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy. Good streamer. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to him. Drop him a like. We're going to go over there. You guys have